Well, we find Rogers here quietly tucking in on a Saturday evening to his late night cup of tea there, as he looks to settle himself down after all the thrills and spills of Swindon Town's 3-2 victory over Cambridge United that earned them their first 3 home points of the season. I'm sure you can hear the kettle coming to the boil in the background, and this is nothing but an appropriate metaphor for Ian Holloway's reflections on this performance despite the victory, where he was far from impressed. And suffice to say, the gentleman in the interviewer's chair did see an angry Ian Holloway for about 5 to 10 seconds, not directed at him, but his frustration at the way the team kind of stopped, in a sense, when they were 3-1 up and the defending where he regarded as basics not being done, and the cardinal sin, really, for Ian Holloway of a lack of communication, allowing that dreadful opening goal scored by, of all people, James Brophy, a notoriously inefficient finisher in his days in red at the county ground. But what do we take from it? We take a lot of work rate from Aaron Drinan, and I think as we look at the youthful acquisitions, there are already encouraging signs from Tom Wilson-Brown, who's tall, if not sort of physically filled out, but wins a good share of headers, has some good distribution on him, and also has some valuable pace as well, which might get his colleagues out of one or two scrapes. Similar in some ways to Miguel Freckleton in those important physical attributes on the left side of defence. But this is clearly a new team. Last season is last season. The second half of last season was fun. It feels like this one may have to be a little bit more of a slow burn while the squad gets together and adjusts, especially with that youth on defence at the moment. It does appear there's a new striker heading in as well, who appears to be a man of many syllables, more of which no doubt at the start of the week. But I think even though it was a win, an acknowledgement that there's plenty to improve from the manager was quite comforting. Against the Cambridge side, who I suspect may do fairly well, despite the somewhat intriguing acquisition of Jake Eastwood, who has about 55 games at the age of 28, to be their first choice, it would seem, for the season, a decision that may come back to be of much interest. But 3 points on the board, but much to be done. Next stop for Rogers is a trip over the Severn Bridge to Cardiff.